one of the most beautiful things about photography is that you have to be there to do it. There is no other way. A painter can paint about emotions or distant planets from their studio. Even a writer can write about conflicts in other countries from the newsroom. But a photographer needs to be in the field, needs to be there. And that means that you are going to be in touch with your own emotions, with the stories that people tell you, with the weather. You are going to deal with happiness and with sadness, with discomfort, and with things that it will give you the tools not just to be a better photographer, but a better person. That's why about this video, if there is going to be one thing that I would like you to learn or to get from, is that you have to go out there. I know that there are many photographers that talk about being able to photograph your own backyard and all that stuff, and I agree with it. But I think that traveling somewhere distant that you don't fully understand is going to give you certain skills that otherwise you are going to miss. We were talking about the discomfort and the waiting, but you're going to have to deal, if you go to another country, with things like the language barrier. You will need to interpret what's going on around you. You're going to see things with fresh eyes because you're not used to it. And you will need to be okay with being alone long hours. You will need to be okay with waiting for planes, for buses, for cars, for people. You will need to confront yourself listening to stories from others. And that's the beauty, is that through all that experience, all that journey, you're going to learn something that it's, if not the most important thing in photography, one of the most important things in photography, which is that through your own experience, you are going to gain, in one hand, perspective. You are going to see the world through different eyes, different lenses, and that will give you the tools to go anywhere, even if it's back home, to interpret the stories that you want to tell from different angles. And that's very powerful as a photographer and as a storyteller. The other thing that you're going to learn through traveling is going to be the experience itself. Experiencing things will give you stories. I believe that a photographer, it's somehow a channel that translate the world visually to others. And I, of course, believe that at the beginning, most people that do our type of photography, street photography, documentary, travel, whatever we want to call it, basically what we want to do is to do cool pictures at the beginning, to try different compositions and color theories and all that kind of stuff, which is something that you must do at the beginning for sure. But eventually, there is a moment in which you already have those skills. And I think that it's beautiful and it's powerful if you try to put those skills into service of something bigger, which is to tell stories to someone else. And if you have the skills to do it, why not? Of course, it's very easy to say, pack your bags and go travel somewhere. But that's part of the point. The point is that it's not easy. It's quite complicated, actually. It's expensive. You have to find the time to do it. You have to maybe save money to do it. There's nothing easy about it. And yet, I think that the benefit, if you do this leap of faith of saying, I find that city or that street or that country interesting for some reason, I want to investigate. If you do that, you are going to gain much more than the complications around it. And the secret is that you can do it. One of my heroes, Dino Soriano, I met him in Barcelona many years ago. When I was thinking about this, I was thinking about going some distant country to try to explore and have my dream as a documentary photographer, and stopped him in the street, just told him like your work and all that stuff, and he told me something that it changed my life. He told me, if I can do it, everybody can. And I think that it's my responsibility to do the same now. Now, for the last 10 or 15 years, I've been doing the same thing. And it's my time to tell you, if I can do it, everybody can. One of the things that people ask me often is about gear, about the camera. I think that camera, it's important in a way that it might not be what you are expecting. I think that the camera, in one hand, it's a passport into people's lives, and that it's important because at the end, when we're out there photographing people and stories and cultures, I think we have to be very aware of that because of this tool that we use, this incredible machine that captures light, people gives us access to their lives, to their homes. And I think that we shouldn't lose that point of view. And everybody that it's in a picture, it's a real person that has a name and a family and a story. And we should be very aware of that at all time. That being said, I think that there are a few things that are interesting to consider when you are looking for a camera. The first one would be that it doesn't need to be the last model, the latest. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be something that everybody else have. I think that you have to learn how to use it, whatever that is. I think that you have to know their ins and outs to be effective with your work. When you are out in the field and you want to express something very specific, you need to know how to do it. You need to understand how color, temperature is going to affect to your files and that kind of thing. It shouldn't be in the way. That's the main message here. When I was thinking about doing this video and MPB wanted to collaborate with us, I thought it was great timing. I like very much the idea of buying secondhand. I don't remember the last time that I bought a camera brand new from a store. I don't think that there is a need for that. There's loads of cameras all the time that are coming new. But also I don't want to worry either if the camera is going to be working, how many shots it has and all that stuff. In that framework, I think that a company like MPB does a great job taking out the worry about the gear. But the point here is that going back to the idea to having experiences, not things. I think that the camera is going to be the tool that you need to have because you're a photographer. But never losing the perspective that your camera is going to be your passport and your tool to go out there, to meet people, to engage, to tell stories. As a suggestion, I would say, try to look for something that is not the latest. I think that you can save a lot in that way through companies like MPB. You can make sure that it's going to be a working gear and it's going to be something that it will endure anything or any kind of adventure that you will go through. But the camera is just a tool. Just get one and keep in mind that the most important thing about it is that you can use it. People tend to believe that a story is something very photojournalistic. It tends to believe that you have to find a person, a subject, or some kind of drama to follow it and try to do something very narrow in the sense of how you put together the narrative. I think that that's a kind of story, but that's not all kinds of stories. I think a story often it's something that you find interesting and can be a topic that other people have talked about before. Sarah Lynn says that the story happens when there's a topic and there's a personal aspect to it. The personal aspect will be your point of view. Sometimes I think that the story can find you, and for that we have to be aware and be perceptive and to embrace anything that can go our way. As an example, some of the pictures that I've been showing you in this video are part of a project, part of a story that I've been doing on the Sahara, in the Moroccan Sahara. And it's a story that has been published in many places, has been exhibited, and I found out that it was a story 2 years in the thing. It all started going to the desert for a workshop when I was reading some headlines in the phone and I saw this very short headline saying that 40 NASA and European Space Agency engineers were going to be in the very same region of the Sahara that I was going to test the rovers that they were going to send to Mars. And I thought it was fascinating. I've been going there for 2 years I find very interesting the culture and everything that happens around Sahara. And then I thought, this is a very unique point of view. There are scientists coming to this place that I love and I find so interesting because they think that it's so close to the planet Mars, that it's so foreign or so Martian, that I thought I have to try to look for this type of angle. And that's how I realized that this work that I already had and I kept doing and I'm still doing was a story. The point of this is that your point of view matters and how you see things matters as well. The only thing that happens is that you have to try to learn how you put things together in a way that's going to make sense for someone else. You have to learn a narrative, how to put together a sequence, how to do pairings, how to imagine the audience is going to react to your story, right? You have to try to understand the psychology behind it. You need to try to figure out the kinds of pictures that you need to put your story together, how a body of work is going to be a whole body of work. I think that this is important because I believe that we are at the doorstep of something very significant. We are in a time in which publishing your own work and spreading the word out, it's fairly easy. You have all kinds of platforms to do it. You can print your own books and magazines. You can use newsletters or your website. And at the same time, we are at the beginning of a great deal of confusion. What is true, what is not, human thought. It's not clear how people are going to respond to this. What I think that is going to be important is that people can see that we photographers, we are in touch with reality, and we can tell stories that are happening out there. I see this as an opportunity to step up as authors and explorers and storytellers. If between all of us we can share a bit of understanding of one another, that in some sense brings us closer, it wouldn't be that meaningful. The question is going to be, will you do it?